Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about a three candlestick pattern called as evening star. Alright? In the previous video, we learnt about morning star. Morning star is a bullish reversal pattern and evening star is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay? Here too, we need to look at three candlesticks and decide if it is an evening star or not. Alright? Now, let us learn about the characteristics of evening star. Okay? First is that the evening star must appear at the top of an uptrend. So there must be an uptrend, and at the end of the uptrend or at the top of it, this pattern must appear. Okay? The first candle must be a big green candle. Big green candle represents bullish sentiment, meaning the buyers or the bulls are taking the price up, are in control of the price. That is what a big green candle represents. The second candle can either be a red candle or a green candle. But the opening and closing of the second candle must be at a gap or must be at a height from the closing of the first candle. So if you see here, the first candle has closed here. The second candle has opened here. And there is a gap. And this is what we want in an evening star. There must be a gap up opening. And the price should also close with a gap. Meaning, this can be either a red or a green candle, right? If it was a red candle, then the opening would be this. Closing would be this. The closing should also be at a gap from the closing of green candle if it was a red candle. Okay? The second candle must be a small candle or a narrow range candle. Then the third candle should be a big red candle. Red candle represents bearish pressure, or sellers are in control of the price here. We want the third candle to open with a gap down, meaning there must be a gap between this and this. So this here is the opening of third candle. What matters the most is the closing of the third candle. It must close below the midpoint of the body of the first green candle. The body is this, and the midpoint of the green candle is somewhere here. And below this level, the closing of the third candle should be. Okay? Which is there in this case. So if the pattern has all these characteristics, then we call it as an evening star. Okay? Now, this is a perfect evening star. But the problem with this is, you don't normally see a perfect evening star in the real market. And so, what you have to do is adjust with the variations of evening stars. And that is what we are going to look at now. Okay? So this is a perfect evening star. We won't be getting many patterns like this. What we will get is something like this. This is a green candle, which is just as we want it. This is also a small candle, green candle, acceptable. But this has opened in the range of green candle. What we wanted was a gap and then the opening of green candle. If there was a gap, or if this green candle was at a height here, then it would have been a perfect evening star. But here it is in the range of the green candle, but it is accepted too. Okay, and then we have a red candle. Once again, it would be good if the red candle had opened down here, okay, with a gap. But once again, there is no gap here. The green second candle is well within the range of first and third candle, but we accept it too. Okay, so this is an accepted variation of evening star. Next is this: a green candle, a doji, and a red candle. Here, both buyers and sellers are of same power. So there is an indecision here. Okay. But we consider this. We consider this pattern as an evening star. Okay. And we have a green candle, then a red candle, and a red candle. The red candle is in the range of green and red. Even then, we accept this as an evening star. What matters is the closing of the third red candle. It must close below the midpoint of the first green candle, which has happened in all four cases. Okay, and that is what matters most to us. All right, so all these are evening star variations or accepted evening star variations. The patterns that are not accepted are these. Here we have a green candle. Here we have a green candle which has opened with a gap, which is fine, which is just as we want it. The third candle has opened almost at the same level, but it has not closed below the midpoint of the first green candle. Okay. Of course, the price has went below the midpoint of the body of the green candle, but it has not closed. What matters is the closing. This wick doesn't matter now. Okay. What matters is the closing. So the closing should be below the midpoint. Okay. So here it has not happened, and so we do not consider this as a valid evening star. Here we have a green candle, we have a red candle, we have a red candle. The red candle has closed below the body of below the midpoint of the green candle. But even then we do not consider this as an evening star, because our condition is that first green candle must be a good big green candle, meaning the buyers must be in control of the price. Here we have a long wick, meaning the sellers had brought the price till here. Of course, buyers took it up, but here we have the sentiment of sellers too. Here we have a long wick too. We have long wicks. We want the third candle to be a big red candle, which has not happened here. And so this is not considered as an evening star, okay, because of big wicks. All right. Now, let us look at two charts and see how to trade with evening stars. Okay. This is the chart of Tata Chemicals, and it is a day chart. There is an uptrend, and at the end of the uptrend, we have our evening star pattern. We have green body and we have a long wick, but we will accept this wick because we have our second small green candle, and this is the pattern which we have already learnt. Correct? I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want you to remember the name. I just want you to know about the pattern. Okay? So this is a pattern that we have learnt in the previous videos, and this forms our second candle. And then we have red candle which has closed below the midpoint of the first green candle. So we will ignore these wicks. Okay? We did not wanted this wick too, but once again, this is a pattern which is recognized by us, and so this is also a bearish reversal pattern, and the three candles together represents an evening star, and so this becomes powerful. If this has happened at a previous resistance level, it becomes still more powerful. Okay. So while taking the trade, first you have to place the stop loss, and it would be here above this, and we have to set our target, okay, here, and we would take our trade. You can enter the trade right at the closing of this candle, or you can wait for price confirmation. What is price confirmation? You have to wait for one more candle to close below the close of this third red candle. And if it happens in the next candle, then it is a price confirmation. You can enter that. Okay, you can enter then, but then the stop loss will increase. That is a disadvantage. So after that, the price has gone in our favor. Okay. Remember that I have taken a chart wherein the trade has gone in our favor. Okay. So this is a valid evening star. Now, if we try to understand the psychology of it, the buyers or the bulls were in control of price till here. And here there was an indecision, meaning buyers and sellers were not were not able to take the price either up or down. They did not know what to do. They were waiting for some market sentiment. Okay. Then next day, what happened was the sellers came with full power and said that we will take the price down. Okay. The indecision that was here was removed by the sellers, and the sellers said that we will in a few days or few weeks, we will take the price down, and started to take the price down. And what happened? The price took a U-turn. Okay, price took a U-turn. All right. So this is how we trade evening star. Let me take one more example. An uptrend, and at the end of our uptrend, we have an evening star, a green candle, a red candle, and a red candle, a small second red candle, and a big third red candle which has closed below the midpoint of first green candle. Even though this is not a perfect evening star, this is a variation of it, and so this is acceptable. Okay. To trade, we can place our stop loss above this level and our first target here, and enter the trade here. Or you can wait for a price confirmation, which would reduce risk reward and increase the stop loss too. But in this case, the trade has gone in our favor and we were successful. Here you can see a pattern that we have learnt previously. Okay. So this is also a bearish reversal pattern. All right. So this is how we trade an evening star.